Hi, nearly to Italia Autos here, back with the 200,000 mile Brera. Thanks for all the support with the last video, it did really well. I think it's approaching 40,000 views now, so I'm very pleased with that one. Thank you for all your support on that. So, after much deliberation and sitting around for a few weeks, not having time to touch it, I've decided today's the day I'm going to try and save it. I have already started on it. I've cleaned the interior out. Shortly after I filmed the video, the power steering pump decided to fail as well, and it was spurting power steering fluid everywhere. The actual pipework perfectly fine, steering rack perfectly fine, but the pump wasn't pumping correctly anymore. So I've literally just fitted one onto the car now, as you can see from the mess I've left behind. It's now perfectly fine, so I've decided to do the rest of the work on it, get it MOT'd, and get this one for sale. I do have 3 people who have been emailing me quite constantly to buy the car, so I definitely think this is one we should save. So let's crack on, get the suspension changed, and just make sure there's nothing else wrong with it. And there we go, that's one broken spring removed. New shocker's back in now. Let's just tighten everything up and we can move on to the rear. Just removed one of the rear shockers, so I thought I'd give you a look at what the broken spring looks like compared to a decent one. As you can see there, that's where the spring is broken. I think it's broken in 2 places. So that's the worst one of the lot, because it's literally about to fall into the tyre if that come off. And that's the decent low mileage one. So I've not filmed taking them off, just due to the fact that I've done this guide already, so we'll put a link in this in the description or above you now. And here we have the second brake on the spring. So only one brake on this one, but enough for an MOT fail. So it's now got a full MOT. Only advisory left on there are the brake pads. I've looked at them, there's still probably over 40% left on there, so I don't know why they've advised them. So I do have somebody coming to look at it today, so I've not even prepped it or anything, so he's fully aware that it's just a cheap car. So let's see if we can sell it today. Well, it's been absolutely peeing it down outside, so I've had to bring the car inside. New owner, he's here, he's purchased the Brera, didn't even need to advertise it, it's sold purely off the video that I did at Christmas. So if you want to meet the new owner, and we can see it go off. This is Jim, he's the new owner of the Brera, so tell us, have you owned any Alfas before?
First Alfa? No, never had one before.
What made you want a Brera?
I've always liked Alfas. I've never taken a plunge before. Next door neighbour when I grew up, when I was about 9 or 10 years old, he had a GTV6 that used to rev in the morning, that used to wake me up like an alarm clock, so I've always had a love of them. So this is my first plunge, so fingers crossed.
And why this Brera?
Good cost, very good price.
Definitely cheap, yeah. I'll advertise, say it all later, but I have sold this for the original price I said. I've sold it for $1,300. Yeah. I will do all the costings of what it's cost me and what profit I've made on it, which is probably very little. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully you will enjoy it and cherish it for as long as it'll last. Yeah. You're definitely a brave guy taking on a car of this mileage, and I hope it lasts you well.
Thank you very much.
Let's work out the costings of this project now then. I've originally spent £500 on the car. A little bit more than I think I should have paid for it, judging by its condition once I'd finally picked it up, but you win some, you lose some. The transportation costs I won't include because I got that with my own car, and all the parts were donor parts from a vehicle I'd got in stock. The parts they ended up fitting were a power steering pump, £50, 3 springs and shockers, £150, 3 tyres and alloys. The alloys weren't in the best of shape, so I would have only charged £60 for those, which is pretty much scrap value. ECU set would have been £150, and the MOT £45. Those with keen math skills there would have figured out that's £955. I actually sold the car for £1,300, as I said in the original video, so that gives me a grand total of £345 profit. Not very much, but at least it's profit, and I didn't lose out on it. I did have a few more extra expenses on this because of the ECU going down on me and needing a few more springs than I originally thought. But it's for the love of the car, and the content on my channel is the reason I've done this. So not much profit, but at least it's profit. Well, that's the Brera gone to its new home. It was quite an easy sell, but it wasn't without its stresses. Jim originally came down to view it on Wednesday with a view to drive it away then. But literally as soon as he turned up, he went to start it and it wouldn't start. I thought it was a flat battery or something like that. So we hooked up another battery to it, it's still no good. Checked all fuses, relays, still wouldn't start. So in the end, it turns out the body control module had gone down. So I rushed to get a part off a donor car I got here and fitted a whole new ECU set to it. And hey presto, it started and has been tickety-boo ever since. So unfortunately the guy had to go home empty-handed, but he came back today, which is Thursday morning. So that was a nice ending to this one, a nice little two-parter for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. Please give my video a like if you've enjoyed it. And if you're not subscribing and you have enjoyed the video, please give me a subscribe as well. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, Brera.